Plug Talk is the best. Only podcast where the host smash the guest. Yeah. Plug Talk is the best. Only podcast where the host smash the guest. Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Plug Talk. This time around, we have somebody who I know I'm a big fan of. I know you're a big fan of.
I might be a fan of them too.
Right. We're in here with Anna Foxx. How you doing?
How pretty
Good.
she is.
Oh gosh,
She's so stunning.
She is. She has like, and we were just saying when we were looking at you taking the photos over there, like, now this girl has superhero vibes about her.
superhero. Yeah, I'm kind of buff for a girl.
You
I've
got
been
the
told.
good
You
strong
have a
shoulders.
presence
You know?
about you.
Yeah.
So.
It's actually kind of offensive they didn't put you in the Black Panther movie, don't you think?
The porno or the movie?
They made a porno?
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't even know about
Wait,
that.
were you not
bad.
cast in it?
No.
Were you mad?
No, because it was kind of funny seeing them terribly do it.
Really? It was bad?
It was bad. It was terrible.
Oh, man, we got to put that on the watch list. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck Netflix tonight. Watching the Black Panther parody.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Parody.
awesome. Okay, so tell me about where you're from.
I'm from here in Rialto.
okay.
I'm actually Nigerian and Irish.
Whoa.
Never been to either place, so
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay. So shout out our friend Soulja Boy, one of our favorite Nigerian superstars.
Just talking about him.
Okay,
I just beat him.
so what was your upbringing like in regards to porn? When did you start to think that this is something you might want to pursue?
Never. Not until like the day I did it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did
How'd
that
that
happen?
happen?
I didn't even like my parents. My dad was a minister, like a lot of porn girls' dads are.
Really?
Yeah.
So you grew up in a super strict environment?
I was a good kid, had good grades. I had never sucked dick before. You know,
You had never sucked dick before you did porn?
no, I had never had an orgasm before I did porn.
Really?
Yes, I had
Wow.
sucked dick, but I didn't know what deep throating was.
Wow.
You're just like licking the tip.
Yeah, I was kind of like doing like this thing, like just put it in my mouth, like, you know, just like.
So how do you like even
Yeah,
like
what?
learn about sex as a kid when it sounds like you were like kind of like shielded from adulthood and maturity in a way that probably not a lot of girls are?
I kind of learned in porn because like I don't know, most people like experience sex in school, and I have brothers, so all of the boys in school were just like,
No.
no, yeah, they're my brother's friends, you know, it's not sexy. So then I went to college and I'm like, okay, fuck this, I want to like suck dick and like have passionate sex. So I tried sex with guys in college and I was like, this sucks, like they're just fucking so fast, and I'm just like,
So you were brand new to fucking, but you already knew that these dudes sucked at fucking.
I knew they sucked, yeah. To
Really?
me, they sucked, or I sucked. Something sucked, and I needed to figure it out. So I got approached in a club by a porn agent, and he gave me a card. And at the time, I was in a relationship, but my partner was like overly sexually active, like would want to fuck like 8 times a day. So I gave him the card. I was like, you should do porn instead of me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And was he into the idea or no?
Yeah, at first, but he went on like the interview, you know, when you go meet the agent, they're like, well, how are you down fucking? Like, do you want to do gangbangs? Like, will you like let girls lick your butthole? He's like, this is too gay. Fuck that. I'm not going to do porn. And I was like, really? Like,
I can't believe that someone who is not that sexually experienced was like telling their boyfriend, like, you should go do porn.
yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
you feel like you were a person who was extremely open-minded about sex and curious, but you had just had these desires like crushed your whole life because your environment just didn't allow for that to flourish?
Pretty much. Like, I always wanted to have sex because you kind of grow up with adults being like, don't do it. And like, you kind of find out about all the other things they tell you not to do but sex. So you're like, what is this sex thing? Like,
Yeah.
And it just kind of became like a constant thought in my head. Like, I want to know about sex, but not with these pieces of shit and not like with these douchies, you know, like I want to do it like a Fabio book, you know, like I want my hair in the wind, you know?
Oh, so you were a fan
my
of Fabio.
God.
I never saw that one coming.
Well, you know, like soap operas, how they're always like
romance novels, they're always the way they talk about sex, the way they build it up, and you know, it's like a story.
oceans crashing in your pussy. Like I wanted that kind of
And
sex.
then you fuck some random ginger kid who works at Dunkin' Donuts and he's just like sawing away at you for
Why
a
did I
minute and a
think
half.
ginger?
And
Terrible. No, no. Actually, I think I don't think I've ever fucked a ginger
Really?
man. Actually,
We're gonna make that happen.
One in porn.
Really?
One in porn. Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
that's my fetish.
A ginger?
Ginger men.
Ginger men.
Just kidding.
Gingerbread men.
Gingerbread men, actually.
Gingerbread men.
Use the two.
Okay. All right, everybody. This episode is sponsored by us, Plug Talk. A couple of years ago, Lena and I had the bright idea to start a podcast in which every week we interview a different baddie and then do you know what with her. So you can sign up right now via this URL, onlyplugtalk.com, for only $5 for your first month, and you can see every single episode we've ever done. This is an insane value. Check it out right now. But okay, you were saying you had a boyfriend and he was wanting to fuck 8 times a day, but you still weren't orgasming? You weren't really getting into it?
No, because it was just like horny sex, you know, like
You're just like using your body to come.
Yeah, just like humping real fast, and then like he comes and like I'm all wet with jizz and like damn, now I stink. Like it wasn't like exciting for me. I was like, oh, here he comes again. So I was like, please go fuck some other girls so I can remain clean and pretty and like.
Wow, you sound like a really great girlfriend.
Thanks.
Yeah.
An unsatisfied girlfriend.
Unsatisfied, but like you just being willing to say like, oh, you seem like you're maybe a little too horny for me, so maybe you can fuck some other people as well.
Please hump some other people.
Girls, take notes.
Wow.
Anyway, okay, so how did that go? You tried to get him into porn. He goes, he's not down to get his butt licked, which is the craziest thing I ever heard. That's probably one of the best things about being a male porn star, right?
Yeah.
Don't act like it didn't tickle for you the first 10 times I did it. You're like, oh.
At the point I'm at in my life right now, I'm not turning down any butt licking on camera at all. I'm ready. I'm here. I don't think there's anything that can go wrong with a guy getting his butt licked.
So much progress.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
I've come a long way.
This is good. This is good.
So he rejects this entirely, and then you start thinking,
I was like, it's so easy. It seems easy. So I wanted to like do webcamming first. And then I was like, oh, I'll see how that goes and get my feet wet and then maybe try porn. And webcamming was super boring. Like I tried it for a week and I was like, man, this sucks. Like I'm just on a camera in a room, like trying to be sexy, but I didn't know how to be sexy. So it was just like, I'm doing the Carlton and trying to get tips. It's not working.
Oh my God. It's like a waiting game too. It's not really engaging, especially if you don't have like a lot of people in your cam room. Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty boring. And, so I was like, after a week, I was like, let me try porn. And, my first porn was for Holly Randall, and then I did Reality Kings. And I had no idea what either one were. And just like right away, like boom, boom, boom. They're like, you need to get a Twitter. You need to like this and this and that. And like, you know, within a month, like I had the messages from my friends from high school, like, so saw you online.
Were you thinking about that a lot in advance? Like, oh, I'm going to have to, you know, explain this to my parents. I'm going to have to explain this to everybody I went to high school with.
Surprisingly, no, because everybody had already been having sex, like, and like on their phones, like recording it in party style and stuff. So I was like, well, everybody else is already freaky. I'm just late to the party.
Right.
So I just thought like I was doing what they were doing, just like more professional and with Europeans.
And getting sent out to many, many more people on the internet.
Yeah. Well, we probably have about the same number of sex partners, you know? Like I have a lot of sex partners in porn, but people that I grew up with in school, like fucking a whole school, there's a lot less people in porn than
People don't talk about that or realize how like that fucking 40 guys in the porn world is like a million times safer than fucking 40 random dudes from the club.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That could have literally been doing anything the day before.
Yeah.
And all your friends and all their friends.
Yeah. So did you start having great sexual experiences right away?
Kind of. They were more like kind of comedy at first. Like my first dick sucking scene, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like 2 minutes long. It's gonna be so easy.
Right. And it wasn't?
And
what was it actually
never
like?
2 minutes, right?
No. It was like weird. I was like, why are you trying to abuse me? Like, because he's like grabbing my head and like trying to deep throat. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, why would you do that? You're just only supposed to put it like on my tongue and then like,
oh my God.
Yeah. So I like
you really were learning about, you didn't watch porn before you went to do it or what?
It just wasn't like, it didn't connect with me. Like it didn't like turn me on. Like I like watching people like in life instead of like a porno. I'm like, I have no idea who this young lady is.
But that first experience like didn't turn you off. Obviously you kept pursuing it.
Yeah.
So
I
like what
changed?
Like,
I just wanted to be better. Like I knew that I was bad because I didn't know, so I wanted to learn, you know?
Okay.
Because sex ultimately was the one thing I wanted to accomplish, like good sex. So if I am learning how to suck dick on set and I think it's terrible and I like run away, then I didn't learn anything. I came here and just busted it open for nothing. So yeah, it's like my favorite thing now, sucking dick.
Even that one blowjob scene, did you feel like you got the hang of it by the end of the scene? Like,
No.
oh, I'm supposed to just really take this thing down my whole fucking throat and slobber all over it. And...
Nope. I went home and I was just like so confused and had to call my friend. I had called my gay friend and I was like, he was trying so hard to like make me not breathe. And he was like, oh yeah, he was doing it good. And I was like, good? What? So I like, you know, got like, you know, friend advice and I was just like, oh, okay, it's me.
But did that start to turn you on eventually? Because you went into it to get self-pleasure. So
yeah, after a while, like just doing it good, you kind of like, you know, when you don't want to suck dick, it's not like fun at all. But when you want to, you're just like, oh yeah, so turned on when you want to do it. So after learning how to do it, I wanted to do it. So,
you know, I think about that a lot when we're doing these scenes is like, you know, once we start doing the blowjob thing, it's like, I could just get head and let the girls do their thing and just sit back. Or I could go the extra mile and really start jamming it down there, grabbing them by the back of the head, just making it go crazy. And it's kind of weird. Like, we haven't actually put any of these out yet, so I'm not seeing the feedback. But I mean, that's what I like think about. I'm like, a lot of times the better blowjob scenes that I might watch on Pornhub or whatever are probably going to be the guy's not just sitting there getting dome. He's getting involved.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit interactive.
He's trying to touch the tonsils for sure. I don't know. Well,
my gag reflex has been really bad the last 9 months.
Okay. I've been keeping that in mind.
Interesting.
So what was it like the first time you orgasmed on camera?
Oh, it was fun. I like had a little squirt action and I was just like looking at everybody. I was like, oh my God, I did it. Like,
wow.
You know, I was like all happy for me and everybody's like, stop looking at the camera, girl. Like,
how many scenes in was that?
Like, I think 4.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. 4
so you
seasons.
found what you were looking for like pretty early on.
Yeah.
What was it about that scene that took you to the next level? Was it just the fact that you were really, really comfortable by that point? Or did this guy hit it in a certain way? Did he have a certain curve to his penis?
Describe it.
It was the first time I had worked with, or I even had sex with like someone that I would consider like a man versus like the guys that I was fucking, you know, like the guys that I would pick in life were like barely bigger than me or anything like that, you know.
Right.
But this guy in porn was like buff as shit. And I was like, oh, well, hello. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm nice. I was like, oh, he's nice. He's not a dick, you know. So I was already like all excited. And I think just me being excited and him being like a seasoned professional, like he knew what he was doing. And then like his dick does have like a little curve. So those little curved dicks
curve
be
helps,
like,
right?
yeah, the curve just,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Like old school porn music. We were saying that the other day. Like modern porn music doesn't even have music most of the time, and it definitely doesn't have the cool ass.
Yeah, I like music in like when I'm fucking too. So I'm like sad that there's like not even like a basic beat in the
silent,
background.
yeah.
What kind of music you throwing?
I like R&B. I've been listening to like woke music lately. You know, and trying
Define
to
woke
You want to
music.
fuck to
like. Maybe sometimes it is. I do a good blowjob to some woke songs. Like
Erykah Badu is woke to me, maybe.
She's pretty woke. There's this group called SAULT, SAULT.
Okay.
And it's like a brother-sister group and they don't show like their face.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So they're just like kind of like make political like woke songs. And I'm like doing like the opposite, like sucking dick. So it's kind of like
Wow.
it's nice.
Damn.
It's extra naughty.
Yeah.
I like to throw in death metal when I'm fucking, but she's not really feeling it.
It's gonna feel like a giant roller coaster.
It is.
I mean, on tequila, then I could do some like death metal, like
Get into it.
yeah.
I fuck with it. Hey, when did you start to feel like you were actually building a fan base, or was that weird for you to suddenly all of a sudden have people like really wanting to see more shit from you? Like that's got to be a weird part of becoming a porn star.
Yeah, I completely didn't think about like all of the things that go into like being on camera. I didn't even think about the fans at first. And at first, when they first started noticing me, I was like, oh, I have fans. I have like 100 people on Twitter. Wow. But then after a few years, I like when I actually got like real fans, like you go to the airport and somebody's like, oh, the Foxxx. I'm like, oh my God. You know, like it's like pretty heavy because they're intense fans. Like I almost wish I just like wrote books or something so they wouldn't
Didn't
be
know what you two look like,
yeah. Really. Well, they're aggressive. They're like, oh my God, remember that scene when he was like fucking like, oh, turned me on. And I'm like in a Starbucks. I'm like, yeah, you know.
Like, this is not AVN.
Yeah, thanks.
That is so funny though, because like literally anything that they could say to you is like hugely inappropriate to say at the Barnes and Noble, you know?
Right. So it's like, I like the fans, but we have like a interesting relationship where I always kind of forget like their intensity until they're like in front of me, and I'm like, oh, I forget like what I do to you.
Because when you go to set, you're like becoming Anna Foxx.
Yeah,
but
and
then
I'm
when
doing
you're
it for
just
me.
walking down the street at a Starbucks, you're a totally different person in that moment.
Completely.
Is that what it's like?
Yeah, like I completely forget that I like was sucking dick like yesterday, you know?
But that's all they know of you.
Yeah.
So then,
and like that, all of that stuff. And like when you change sexual acts on camera, like your fans change too. Like going from like deep throating to like BDSM, like completely different. Like
I just feel like also a lot of porn chicks kind of like look different when they're just in public, but I feel like you are somebody who would probably just get noticed a lot because you just have like a very striking look to you that they're just not gonna miss it if they're paying attention.
Yeah, they I'm surprised. Like I never see people, but I don't have that eye either. Like sometimes people like can see people from like down the street and stuff. I'm like, how did you know? I'm like looking to make sure I don't trip over my feet. But yeah, they always know me, and I think they notice me more when I have my hair and the bangs.
Okay,
something about the bangs.
The bangs go a long way with me. Yeah. Love a good bang.
Adam loves bangs. He's been talking about bangs all day.
Love bangs.
Bangs.
Every woman in my life, sexual or otherwise, bangs go a long way. So
Looking up over here.
just so you know,
Just get the clip
I
on.
look like really
Clip-on
nerdy. I look
bangs,
really
yeah.
nerdy with bangs. I'm not gonna lie.
I like that though. I like when you used to wear those big glasses, fake glasses. Her eyes are fine.
Fake
All right,
glasses.
gonna go home tonight and just make a little fantasy happen for you. Go
no.
get the clip and bangs.
Bangs, glasses.
What was the first thing that you did porn wise that was like a real challenge, or like was there anything in particular that was your first thing you did that was like really melting
Well,
your
sucking
brain?
dick.
Sucking dick.
Once you got past that,
got past that. I think the next hurdle was anal, because I did BDSM, but I think that would just kind of seem like normal life to me, like getting beat up. And I have like a tomboy, so fighting was kind of like fighting in sex. So I was like, oh, that's nothing.
like getting beat up during sex, that was
But
just
what kind of
normal to you.
BDSM? Like kink.com?
Yeah,
like
kink.
the electrocutor? Oh,
Yeah.
But you're into all that stuff. That was like easy from the beginning.
Yeah,
You wanted to
that
do
was
that.
easier than anal to me.
Really?
Yeah, I had never even thought about putting like dick in my butt. And then they're like, oh, you do anal? I was like, what? The anal? They're like, yeah, get fucked in the ass. And I was like looking at videos and I was just like,
how does that go in there?
yeah, just like complete like another language to me.
It seems
Wow.
like you started doing porn without having really thought that much about what it was going to actually entail.
Yeah, pretty much. I kind of did it as like a personal dare. I was like, well, at the least, like I didn't think I would be famous. I'm like, the least I'll do is like have an orgasm and like, I don't know, be able to woo somebody one day. Maybe I might steal somebody's man, you know?
Having a female orgasm is so hard that she literally has to join porn
Yeah.
to come. This is very sad to me.
Yeah.
But once you did it with that one guy, did you start to be able to do it a lot more? Like you just finally cracked the seal and it
Yeah,
was such a
yeah,
big
it's
deal?
like busted open now. Like I make it like my goal. Like I don't care if you're gonna nut, I'm gonna nut. Like I'm gonna, like I'm gonna like you're gonna nut, but I'm gonna nut too.
But do you nut in a day-to-day, like are you masturbating like how many times on average per day? What's that look like?
Like two. Like I'll masturbate when I wake up and when I go to bed. I'm like an adult now, so I don't have time to just like not do nothing.
Just sit around all day.
Yeah, if
humming.
I'm masturbating in between that, then I'm doing something bad. So I should
Did you
only
used to have days where you just sit around and jam out like 8 times?
like 8 times. Yeah, for sure. Nothing to do. Just like
After the first time you came, you're like, wow, that was amazing. I'm just going to go home and do it all day long.
like I could make myself come from masturbating, but I couldn't do it on a dick. So it's just
Okay.
like sad. It's kind of like depressing a little bit.
But you can do it easy enough that you do it every time you film a scene?
Yeah, I can do it now.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I'm kind of like a one pump chump kind of like now.
do it
Like
really
just
fast?
like yeah.
I feel like that's a superpower because I feel like most girls are not actually coming on camera when they film
They're
scenes.
not, but my friends kind of like watch my porn and they tell me, they're like, "Oh, bitch, I could tell that what you was
You get all
thinking about." And I'm
crazy.
like, "Oh no, let me be a good actress and bust a nut then, because if they can tell when I'm not coming, then it's bad."
What are you thinking about average masturbation session? I feel like that says a lot about what you're actually into.
For me,
Yeah.
In the morning, it's like quicker because it's like I'm like doing it to like wake up. So I'm kind of like, hurry up, bitch, come on, let's go. Like 2 minutes.
Get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, that's her.
Yeah.
1 cup.
Then I'm like ready to go. So like 2 minutes in the morning, and then like at night, I don't know. Like I have like a little like body one that I will sit there and like watch a show, like kind of leave it on there until I'm like, all right, enough of this, and just
You
jam
watch like
out.
turn like a 40-minute scene and you just sit back, not touching yourself.
Yeah, like you just
Wow.
kind of like leave it there and just kind of like, you know,
Wow.
like a weirdo.
No, that's great.
Thanks.
Because I always think about that. I'm like, these scenes that people are filming are so long. I'm like, who is sitting around watching the scene from start to finish?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm filming a scene and I'm like, I'm done having sex. Like, why hasn't the person that's jacking off to us been done either? Like, we're done.
Yeah, but if porn was being made for my attention span, it would be like, 1.5 minutes of blowjob. Like everything would be condensed so much, but I totally understand why it makes sense to them to make it drawn out a little
Longer.
bit. But from our perspective, it's like I don't really feel like the porn part being 45 minutes as opposed to 20 minutes. I would assume our fans are not like, God, could you have just fucked her for like an extra 20 minutes? Like, I don't know, but maybe that's just me.
Extra 20.
I feel like it's unrealistic because I feel like no one's fucking in like 6 positions in their regular life for the most part.
Maybe if they're on Molly.
Maybe. But even then, I
Probably.
feel like you pick one position and just keep going at it. I don't know.
Nah, you switch it up. There's a few.
Six
a
is
few
a
good
lot.
ones. Six is a
Six
lot.
is a lot.
Well, there's just a lot of positions in porn that people do that just would never happen in real life.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think
It's for the
I think
visual.
that like once a scene probably I'm like, people don't do this. What are we doing? Power driver.
Pile driver, yeah.
Pile driver,
That's like
yeah.
the same one that comes to mind for me. I'm like, that can't be comfortable. Like you
No.
can't come in that position, right?
No.
That is like the evolution and the future of this content is that over time, it's like I feel like we will be better at our job if we do more sex positions, and then we'll eventually just be getting into the realm of things that are like less enjoyable but look cooler, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna swear off pile driver for me, but
Right.
we can put you in pile driver.
Oh no, I'm down to go above and beyond. Yeah,
Have you flipped over and then we're sucking your dick while you're
Ooh.
on the floor?
I'll work on my handstands.
Okay.
Cool.
That's cool.
Right.
So is there any like fantasies that porn hasn't fulfilled for you yet that you still want to explore?
It's funny because like each little fantasy I have, I'm like, oh, I'll never go beyond that. Like, no. And then like
You get there.
2 days later, I'm like beyond beyond. My last fantasy was an orgy with as many people as I could get, like, but the focus was on everybody fucking me. And
Wow.
And you made this happen in your private life.
no, it was a
Oh, okay.
porno. It was kind of a private porno.
Okay.
It was kind of like everybody could film it if they wanted to, and like I had hired somebody to like film us, and that person had to be naked because there were so many people.
This was for your birthday a couple
Yeah,
years
for
ago,
my
right? I remember
birthday.
when you were like casting for this on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're like, I want a birthday orgy.
How many people total?
15
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was
How
guys
many-
and girls, right?
guys and girls.
What ratio
yeah.
are we talking?
It was pretty even. Like there was maybe like 7 girls. I'm not good at math, and whatever the rest guys.
But they were like, none of them went off and fucked each other. Like they were all focused on you the whole time.
There was like 2 parts. The first half, everybody was like fucking me, so I felt like a cookie, and like everybody was like ants, and I was like, ha, just getting eaten.
Oh my God.
It was pretty nice.
That's amazing.
It was pretty good. And then after, everybody broke off into like little groups and fucking, and it was kind of cool because I felt like a judge. Like I was walking by, like, nice form. Good
Wow.
gape. Yeah.
That's awesome. That makes me want to do content like that on here. Like the orgy party type scene
Orgy
sounds
party.
amazing. Yeah. I always like when I would be on Pornhub back in the day and I would end up on like, when they kind of have they create like an atmosphere where it just seems like there's mad people around, like a club or whatever. And
Yeah.
there's people hooking up in
yeah.
the middle of the club or whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty hot being just
The, like
watched.
bukkake or like gangbang scenes when there's like a bunch of people in there.
Or like
just
they have like
fucking.
all those public scenes where it's not really public. They just like got a bunch of people
People.
in some
Yeah.
some sort of location.
But you made it through the anal. And how was that? Like, what was the first time like?
I was pretty proud because I took a long time to study anal. I'd seen, just looking at it, some girls' faces like truly look like they're like being like stretched open, like not comfortable. So
In
I didn't
agony.
want, they look like they're in agony. So I didn't want to be that person on camera. So I took I think a year and a half to study anal and what it does, how to prep for it.
A year and a half, girls. Take notes.
Yeah.
That's some serious investigation.
Wow.
Yeah, a long time because I did not. Everybody, I mean, there's small dicks in porn, but in anal, they want you to take the biggest one first.
Especially for your first one.
Yeah,
They're
for
not
your
going to give
first
you a
one.
small dick.
No.
I feel like in the overall porn world, I would be a good beginner dick. I mean, I'm not one of these professionals. In the real world, I feel like I would actually be a little bit more difficult than the average, but
Porn dicks are...
They're just they're big girthy. My first porn dick was Mike Adriano, and it's so big. It's comically big.
right.
The tip of his dick looks like it's just been getting choked by tight holes because it's just too big.
And that was the first anal dick that you took?
Yeah.
And describe it. What was it like?
It was crazy, doing it. I knew from how much I had been practicing with my toys I could do it, but physically doing it, I would the whole time I was holding my butt open, wow, there's really a big old dick in there,
Was it hard to relax?
No, you have to.
You have to,
yeah. That's the number one thing, breathing. I swear I was woosah, as he's putting his dick in, I was
I've actually tried that method with you too.
Yeah.
Because even every time we do it, it's we take such a long break that every time it's you got to go through that period of, introducing the dick. And
dick, yes, yeah.
It's going to feel great. You talk to yourself in your head, feels great,
Yeah.
feels great.
You have to be positively reinforcing yourself that the dick is going to be good.
And then it does get good.
Yeah.
Wow. That's dope.
So just know we're meditating.
Yes.
Meditating while the dick
Meditate
is
the dick
in
in
your
your ass. Ohm it into your butt.
That's important for me to know, yeah. I'm going to try to meditate while I'm in there too, yeah. You've done gangbangs and stuff? How many?
Yeah, gangbangs, maybe 4 or 5, not too many.
Right.
Yeah, I don't mind them, but I prefer to focus on one dick because in a gangbang, I feel they're getting shortchanged. They're just throwing dick around and I'm here, mwah, mwah. It's no quality anything. And then it's just kind of sinister for me just to get dudes' dicks to almost touch. So I'm just kind of doing it just to see how.
You
what you
want
can
to
do.
touch the dicks together?
No, I want them to touch their dicks together.
Just, but are you,
You
gonna
know what I
take them and
mean?
mash them together or no?
No, well,
You
you can't
and you
do
come
that.
over
but
here.
when they're when you're getting DP'd, the dicks are
Right.
like this. So the guys are always trying to not look at each other, and I'm look at them, look at them. Go
So that's kind of your fetish is sort of making these guys halfway gay in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Very nice, yeah. Yeah.
Facilitating
pretty
them
nice.
switching
So-
teams?
Is your new fantasy then to have a gangbang and just have all the guys rub dicks together?
Probably a bisexual. I don't even know the politically word for whatever it would be, but yeah, probably just a.
Have you ever had a bi threesome?
In real life, I had a bi there were 6 of us. There was 3 boys. They were all bi. 3 girls. We were. I guess girls are always bi. But,
Welcome to porn.
yeah. We're just, so I had that in real life and it was pretty cool. I was kind of sad because there wasn't as much butt fucking as I wanted to go on. But
You wanted the guys to.
I wanted the guys to be butt fuck. I wanted to watch anal sex this close.
So when you're watching porn, are you watching gay porn then?
I have watched, that was a thing that I did go through. I did watch gay porn for a while. Yeah. Because they have nice butts. Gay dudes have nice butt cheeks, really.
Some heterosexual men
Some
have nice
have-
butts as
okay,
well.
true story.
Listen, guys.
True story,
have a
but they're
nice
not
butt.
oiled up.
Not like that statuesque Greek god ass.
Yes, I want juicier cheeks than mine. Yeah,
Wow.
it's nice.
Damn, I got to get my cheeks graded by the end of this.
We're going to go work out really hard and call you back in 2 months.
He's ready. He's ready.
I'm getting a squat rack for sure, yeah.
All right. I'll order it off Amazon tonight.
Damn, okay.
Prime, Amazon Prime.
I love talking to girls who are in the industry and just figuring out what their thing is because it's always something different, I don't know. You guys have so much sex that you start to figure out what you really, really like and what you really, really want to see. And it tends to be very specific.
Pretty specific, yeah. And it's changing. Now I'm completely different than. And I'm 31, turning 32. And when I was 30, I specifically wanted group sex. Now I want no group sex.
Really?
Yeah.
It's evolving all the time.
Yeah, completely different.
That's interesting.
Do you feel like you're crossing it off your list or it's something that you would come back to later? It's just more this sort of thing?
I would hope that it's not crossed off for like ever, because
Yeah.
like the things on the list are always fun, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it's like you have things in your private life that seem really hard to attain, you know, like there's a point in your life where as a guy where it's like, I want to do anal, but I don't know that many chicks that are trying to do anal. I
Right.
want to have threesomes. I don't know that many chicks are trying to do threesomes.
Right.
And it's kind of weird. Like once you get to the point, which is easy to get to in porn, where you've done so much of the stuff, it's like, then you have to like judge it as an actual experience and not as this like crazy thing that you're just trying to find somebody who's down to do, you know?
Yeah. I'm not looking for like just down people. Like, no.
You want professionals?
Yeah, professionals, and like good ideas and stuff. Like I'm trying to get turned on by ideas now.
So if you had to like shoot something, or not shoot, it's not even about the shooting. It's like create something, an experience for yourself for your next birthday. Like, what do you think you would want to do? Since you did that 15-person orgy where they focused on you, which sounds fantastic.
It was cool. I definitely had like sex PTSD after. Like I was like eating and like heard a noise. I was like, oh, it's dick. It's dick coming for me.
I would just want someone to rub my feet the whole time, to be honest. Like you, number one, you're on my feet. I want massage.
I feel like I'm going to be one of the feet guys. You're
Yeah.
going to put me on foot duty.
No, you honestly would be the worst masseuse.
Yeah, I just like forget what I'm doing after like a minute.
It's like on
I
his
just feel
phone.
like it feels better now. Okay,
Is that
cool.
good?
Cool.
It's like
I just
texting while he's
forget. I'm
doing
like,
it.
wait, I
Nice.
gotta talk to somebody. Wait, what's up?
You're not on feet duty.
Yeah. All right. I can't do feet. All right. Okay. So how would you describe like your sex life at this point? Like what are the things that you get most into and that turn you on the most?
I've this whole I'll call it zombie apocalypse period.
Okay.
I've been like kind of like becoming more of like a human instead of like a porn robot, you know?
I
Like,
know a lot of people in the industry that have kind of had that experience where
Yeah.
it's finally this is what it's like to not shoot every day for 6 months.
yeah, or like when you get a dick and you don't have to like, okay, suck it for 3 minutes. Okay, mish, jump, you know, like instead of thinking work wise, like just kind of like doing one position and it's okay, or just only sucking it and it's okay. But I've gotten into like lingerie more, like feet with stockings, like rubbing dick with my feet and stockings and
jobs.
stuff, like foot jobs. Yeah, but
I
just
always like
kind
how
of
they look. I don't know how
Yeah.
it feels for the dude, but I like how that looks like
yeah, I
imagery
like
wise.
putting my feet in my partner's lap and just like playing with his dick with stockings on.
And it
Really?
turns you on, or are you just like
Yeah.
watching it?
I think looking at it, like just because his foot is like about the same size as my dick. I mean, wait, my foot is the same size as his dick until it's like angry. Then it's like completely different. But like it's fun to watch it like be like all squishy and then get all angry. And I'm like, oh, I've awoken it. you
Oh,
know?
really?
Gosh,
Yeah.
you're so fun.
That's so interesting. I feel like I always think of the people who are fans of porn as having like a much larger likelihood of being into feet, but I never think of the performers actually specifically liking the feet stuff. So it's interesting.
The feet thing for me is new. I like it goes in porn, you know, like it's like comes with porn. It's expected. Like the guy is gonna lick my foot. You know, we were gonna run out of shit to do, so he's definitely probably gonna lick my foot
In an
during the
average
scene.
scene, you think there's feet licking?
Oh yeah, like
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't make it a thing, but like 9 times out of 10, like in if I'm in Mish in a scene, the guy will like just take my foot and put it in his mouth. And I'm not
I'm
like
not
I
watching
don't
the
say
porn
that.
because I don't feel like I see that.
9 times out of 10 sounds like a lot. Like
Yeah.
I've seen it and actually been like, oh my God, that dude is tight. I didn't realize it was that common. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, foot thing. And then like my guy does it too. He's like, and I've never like put my foot in your mouth. That turns me on. Like they just do it.
That voice.
And I'm
I like that. Yeah.
Put my
Hey,
foot.
you have permission to put my foot in your mouth if ever it crosses your mind.
Okay.
I'll wash them
I
really.
don't know if it's going to fit right now.
It's not that swollen. Fuck you.
Oh.
He keeps calling me trouble lub.
No, I don't.
Yes, he
Sorry.
does.
Who would ever say that?
I'm so. I want to call you in like 6 months and be like, so Anna, what are you into now? Because I feel
It's gonna be
it's so
completely
interesting
different.
to me that it's just like you get so many chances to evolve your wants and desires.
Yeah.
Do you initiate threesomes in your private life often?
No, I actually don't really have threesomes in my private life.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that something you would want to do more of, or it just doesn't really happen?
It's like not like I'm not opposed because I do like groups. I do like more than one because like when there's more than one, you get to look at something for a minute. So you kind of just get to be like, yeah. And then you get to help, like, let's tag team the dick. You know, like it's like a camaraderie going on.
Right.
But I think in real life, it just doesn't happen. I don't know, because like there's like complications like off camera. Like then you have to like decide what's it for off camera, you know, like are we drinking? Is it a celebration? Like are we actually into each other? And then like sometimes I'm not, like I'm mostly always into the girl. I'm not always into the guy. So I'm always like, oh.
But you never meet a girl and think like, you know what, my man would love her. I'm bringing her home.
No, my guy is not into threesomes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
Holy
like,
shit.
he's been a fan of mine for like forever. So like when I met him in person, he was like,
What? He
You're
was
mine.
a fan of you for a long time?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I feel like
Yeah.
that's like kind of a turnoff to a lot of porn girls.
if he wasn't him, like if he was more of like a civilian, then it would be a turnoff. Like some like random dude in like McDonald's is like, oh my God, I want
I
to
have your
date you.
OnlyFans.
And then, yeah,
Right.
it'd be kind of creepy. But he's like not your average bear, so it's like it's a turn on to me.
His approach
Interesting.
must have been really good because I feel like most guys watching this are probably like, how do I make that
Yeah, how
happen?
do I
And-
get Anna Fox to let
He
me
was
dick her
smart.
down in real life? Yeah.
He was smart. He knew who my friends were in porn, and his best friend is a fan of one of my friends. So he was like, "Hey, get your girl to bring this girl, and like so we could have like a mixer." And so like my girlfriend hit me up and got me to go over his house, and I was just kind of like oblivious that it was like a setup thing. So I'm like, oh, nice house. And like everybody else is like, get over there. And I'm like, why? I don't understand.
That's an underrated thing that people don't talk about is like the setup threesome.
The
Like
setup.
let's just create the perfect mood and just assume that everybody's going to be into it. That's
Yeah, did
fine.
you guys fuck that night?
We did. So it worked. It
Okay.
worked.
But that's a very rare situation.
Yeah, we like fucked that night and then like every day after, like for like 6 months.
That's amazing that he was that physically attracted to you, and then you ended up working out that well personality wise together too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that she was also physically attracted to him.
Yeah. Because that was not what I was expecting when I went over. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go meet my friend's guy friend and he's gonna be like lame, and then I'm gonna leave and they're gonna think I'm a bitch, and I am, so it's accurate, you know. But it worked out in my favor because I didn't expect to be attracted to somebody who already knew me and was like into me like that.
Have you encountered the quintessential porn relationship problem where at a certain point he just doesn't love the idea of you running off and
Oh yeah. It like luckily quarantine kind of like soothed that issue. Like we had so much time to like talk about it and work on it, and like for him to understand where my mind's at when I do work, you know, it's completely different.
right?
Than being in a relationship.
Yeah. So, and like he can kind of relate because he's a man and he's done, you know, freaky deaky things. You know, he's had his spin around being a hoe, I will say. So,
Okay.
you know, so he can kind of like understand. And like now that we're both working, so it kind of like makes sense that I would work instead of just like being under his face like, hey, so I have nothing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
makes
being
sense.
independent. So
That's dope.
How many years have you been doing porn now?
9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself stopping, or what's the mentality on that?
Before COVID, I didn't see myself stopping, but now taking this break, I definitely see myself maybe not performing in front of camera, directing for a while, and then possibly coming back, because I think the talent pool in porn has kind of turned me off a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Why's that?
I just fucked a lot of people, and then like just being confined in your house and seeing their thoughts on Twitter, it's like reading all the people I done fucked's diary, and I'm like,
man.
wow.
Wait, were you just too busy to read their Twitters before?
Yeah, I would never look at Twitter because you go on and it's just like thoughts and stuff. And if you respond, then I'm sarcastic. So every time I think to type, I'm like, no, that's bad. You're going to hurt this girl's feelings.
So
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
if you join porn, you should not follow any of your coworkers
Don't
because
read
you
their
might.
Twitters.
Because I could see myself thinking someone's attractive and then seeing their Twitter and being like, "Wow, you're an idiot. I don't definitely think you're not hot now."
Great advice in life: never tweet.
Yeah.
You save yourself so much grief.
Yeah. Don't tweet. And
Never
if
have
you
an
do,
opinion. Just make your life so much easier.
You're not wrong, even though it's like that's the whole point of Twitter.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just don't tweet. That's just like
Don't
really,
tweet.
really good advice. You know? Yeah, I don't know. But okay. So
Don't tweet.
don't tweet. That's the
So
biggest
now,
thing we
wait,
learned
so
here.
now you're not like into fucking the guys that you used to fuck at work, and so
It's
now you just want to
smaller.
film. You want to be the director?
I want to direct more because I like watching. So I think it's kind of like the DP in a gangbang, like getting two boys to like put their dicks that close to each other, knowing damn well if it wasn't my holes, they wouldn't be doing it. Like it's like getting people to do like something sexual that you want is like my next little like fiasco.
It's your kink right now?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like pick two girls, watch them rock, paper, scissors for like 20 minutes. So hot.
Okay. I always wanted to ask you about this. I feel like you are like probably the most popular like dark-skinned black woman in porn.
I think so.
Do you think the industry is appropriately hospitable to people who look like you? And I realize this is like the most loaded question ever, but I'm just interested in your experience and your thoughts on the overall climate.
Ooh, I love it. I think porn currently likes to project that they treat everybody the same regardless of skin color or weight or race or whatever. But it's definitely not true. It's kind of weird that I'm the only or the top dark-skinned black female performer. Like I don't even work with other dark-skinned black females. It's like so rare. And then I'll bring it up to companies and they'll be like, oh, well, we just can't find any. Or I've even got the excuse that they didn't know how to house girls on set. And this is like a major company, like a company that would give girls necklaces, let's say. So they don't know how to put girls on set that are dark-skinned because of
what, the audience not being hospitable to it, or they just...
I just think that most people's focus was on white women, smaller, younger white women, and they ignored that they had a whole category or a whole world full of other people. People don't only want to see little white girls get fucking. There's a million different varieties. So ignoring the other ones is just like it's doing a disservice to the talent, you know? And that's why a lot of black females haven't been able to like survive in porn, because companies' focus is not us.
Right.
And then they'll shoot one like me, the token, and like for the whole year and be like, oh, see? Like we're great. And then like now, because of like, the whole political thing, like, George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, like they're trying to pick up any black girl that they can and just be like flooding it with it to kind of like cover their ass in a way.
That's so interesting. Yeah, but I feel like it's interesting because there's a ton of black women who are popping off on OnlyFans now. But I feel like to them, the mainstream porn world is like either not that appealing or they're not being reached out to or whatever. I feel like it would just make so much sense for there to be like a huge amount of that talent getting into doing porn.
I agree. I just like I think I'm cute, but I follow girls on Instagram that I follow like fun. I'm like, if I had a dick, I'd fuck the shit out of her. Right. So just like, it makes me sad that the opportunities are not even like presented. Like companies can fly overseas to find girls, but they can't look right here.
Right.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
I feel like a talent search. They could do like a talent search. I'm sure like girls just weren't appealing or even interested because they probably didn't think that they could make it. There's not many black girls. So why would they think they could even fit in, kind of thing? Like there's no seats.
Then it's a weird dynamic too, where it's like if the audience is only being served a certain type of girl, then they're not even going to necessarily, like the porn companies aren't going to have as much data to even tell them what people are into. Like if that stuff is not being put out there, like I think companies, it should kind of be on them to serve up a certain amount of that content, just because it's important for people to have opportunities, and it's like you want to give the audience more of a chance to find out what they're into, I guess.
Yeah. It's true. It's definitely true. They should. I think it would be a challenge, like if they had to put out an equal amount of like every race, like they would struggle.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you could cast a scene with like 5 girls who look like you because you know who these girls are, and that porn companies just haven't found them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I follow them. I talk to them. I like help them pay their rent. Like I'm like hands on with a lot of girls, and there's like they'll tell me like I haven't worked in like 4 months and stuff like that, and I'm just like sad because she's just as pretty as me, and I'm like, it's nothing I can do but become a producer myself.
Yeah,
that's a very good point.
Are you like, because I could kind of in this conversation see you having that like entrepreneurial role where it's like you could really like help start a company that, whether it's just you or you team up with someone that like really kind of emphasize like the stuff that you think is important to represent in the world.
I would like to. Like I had tried in the past with companies that I thought I had like a high footing with, like, you know, some rapport with. But now I guess it's funny, like Playboy is not necessarily a porn company, but they're willing to give me a chance when I've asked every other company I worked for and been hired for to go to AVN with and things like that. They're just like, yeah, sure, that's cool. You know, like they don't take me seriously, but Playboy did. And I feel like they have like pretty big balls. So
it just seems like the ball's being dropped by the mainstream porn world so much, because as soon as I posted you on my Instagram story, my DMs like very quickly filled up with rappers like, oh my God, bro, like what the fuck? Like you can't leave none for us. Like it's going crazy.
Yeah. You keep ruining girls for your friends.
I hear that a lot. I do hear that a lot. Like if you can't handle the idea of a porn girl hooking up with me, then, you know, slowly porn is going to probably keep seeming less and less attractive to you, because we out here.
I mean, you're better than the porn guy, so like I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah,
Me?
I was gonna say,
excited.
I was like, well, you're not really into these dudes. I'm like, I hope you find my boyfriend attractive.
No, you have a personality. You're not like a porn dude like that's like jacking off the whole time. So where do you want me to come at? I'm like, put your dick away.
I wish that was like all I like had going for me. It was just, if I was just the dick, that'd be so easy. Talking is hard. Fucking's easy.
Yeah.
Fucking's pretty hard too. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about hooking up with Lena the Plug?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you already did, right?
So like maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, we were all supposed to work together, and then you had like accidentally booked the podcast or something.
It was something that I couldn't say no to, and that was like a weird moment to be kind of jealous of you. Like, all right, Lena.
He's like, am I going to take off work to do Lena's job?
Yeah, I couldn't justify it in my head. I'm like, this is too fucked up. I can't just take off.
But yeah, I was like, he got to come home, and I was like, I worked with Anna Foxxx today.
Yeah.
I love doing that to you.
I had to live vicariously through you. Yeah, or the girls who have boyfriends. So girls who have boyfriends that are allowed to shoot with all the male talent besides me. Because again, I'm like too personality-ish that these guys just don't want to think about
because
me.
You don't just fuck girls, you flex on everyone.
Yeah.
You're like annoying about it.
I'm like on my story, like, oh,
like
he'll be
talking about this every time he sees his friends for the next couple days.
I have some friends that I'm gonna have to rub the salt in those wounds. Yeah.
Rub it. Get it in there.
Sorry.
For girls that have boyfriends, there's always like the boyfriend always hates like one dude. Like you can fuck anybody but that guy.
Hey, I have that girl, so it's fair.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can fuck anyone but her.
I would have a girl too. Like if my guy started like fucking chicks, I'd be like,
just not
that bitch. Not that bitch. No. Yeah.
So, hey, it's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
But you'll get to fuck Anna today.
I'm allowed?
Yes, that's why we're here.
I was going to ask you guys if you are interested in collaborating. I feel like I might be up to the task. So I don't know if you guys want to try me out or what.
I think you're in for it. You're good.
Oh.
Okay. Should I throw my hat at the camera? Do a little transition? Okay, let's do it.